Hey there, it's Emanuele from 1001 here. Glad to introduce you to our startup. First of all, what are the issues we're solving? For corporate clients, first of all, we're solving this issue. Our clients actually cannot really attract easily talents which differ from the ones they usually apply for the company. So, for example, top consulting firms who is looking for STEM people, so biomedical engineers, doctors, for example, to increase their diversity and bring the perspectives to teams. And on the other side, students really suffer from this pain, so that uh, in order to understand how to ace an interview, how to see whether they fit a determined corporate, they have to text 112 people on LinkedIn trying to get full replies out of them and eventually schedule a call with a person willing to help them. So what we built a peer-to-peer employee branding platform where employees attract talents, uh, helping them to see whether they fit the job. So they do this as office contribution. So this means they do this for the company and they report activity to the company, which is really, really important in order to incentivize them to perform this activity. Why is now 1001 important? Because 48% of jobs are still earned through referrals, and the one-to-one calls that happen on 1001 actually foster this this way of onboarding new hires. And statistically, they also perform better because they mentored by the people who actually referred them to the company. Okay, so they end up performing better in the first months. Because 72% of jobs of the HR can be migrated to digital, and because of course the job market has become even tougher during the pandemic, as 35% of internships have been cancelled. Okay, so what we offer to students: warm relations with no hurdles at the first attempt. And to corporates, we offer to streamline their talent interaction activities while humanizing employer branding, because we let the company speak through its people, not statements. And also, we maximize the new hires talent because of what we were talking about before, and when we were talking about referrals. Uh, so how can Andrew use 1001? So first of all, if it filters by industry, he sets, for example, investment banking. He finds Laura, sets, he chooses a slot with her, so he books a call, keeps in touch after the call, create a real bond, and so the company has decentralized its employer branding, and Andrew has made a new, real professional bond with someone interesting for him. And how can our talent attraction manager use 1001? So she decides which employees to perform these one-to-one calls on 1001. She sets trial period KPIs. Okay, so KPIs are in general the number of calls we have to generate regarding the target talents that we have. We build a company space. We see whether we reach these KPIs, and if we do, we start the standard plan. Um, these are our tariffs actually, so our B2B business model, which is really solid and works with top employer branding companies. Our traction, out of 40 companies we contacted, 13% actually opened up a deal, which means that they involved HR and purchase and office hour meetings. We closed in terms of trial period with Boston Consulting Group, and also with a big Italian university, which is Lewis University. In a competitive landscape, we want to humanize as much as possible employer branding by decentralizing it and making it more authentic, sincere with one-to-one calls. And on the other side, we have to guarantee personal feedbacks from real professionals. So, differently from Mentors for You and Nova, in which the calls happen just for give back spirit, in this case, on 1001, buddies have to report the activities to the company, so they're totally incentivized to do this activity because they have to share it with the company as a result. Um, the market size is really big: 20,000 companies posting job listings on LinkedIn, 2,000 top employer branding spenders that we're targeting, and we hope one day we can serve 1,000 of them. We grow through universities, and Lewis University is an example. So in this case, instead of working with employees, we work with alumni, and university can set alumni to actually perform one-to-one calls with the students, so that a community which interacts and is really tied together arise. Okay. As for the company, we build a private space for the university. Then, when the KPIs are met, we start the standard plan. want to get 2% of our TAM in 5 years' time. We're heading to growth as we're raising funds from an Italian bank. We're still not diluting our equity. Our team is structured and solid as we know how to solve the issue. As I am a teaching assistant at Lewis, so I know how what are the main issues of students to date. Giovanni has more than 20 years experience in software development. Francesco is an experienced senior consultant at EY, so he knows how employer branding works for a big corporate like that. Gianmarco has more than 10 years experience in marketing tech products, while Eleonora contributed to more than 15 projects in terms of UX UI. This is what we asked for, 50K for in exchange for 5% of our equity. We think it's a real opportunity for our investors to come on board. This money will be used to get 10 additional company clients on top of the ones which we are already onboarding and we're already targeting. These funds will be used to get an additional sales officer to increase the budget on B2B LinkedIn campaigns and increase the budget also on PR and on-campus events. Okay, so that's me. That's my number. Give me a call. I would be really glad to talk this further. And thanks a lot for listening.